Derek and John, I've recorded this message from down under, and as you realise, I left Forth Bowden about a year ago. It was one of the hardest things actually about leaving the UK, was leaving you guys. I gather that you're retiring and you're hanging up your woggles. I'm very sorry to hear that, but I can understand it. All good things have to come to an end, and we have to move on. So, at its minimum, you've, between you, organised about 1,000 meetings. That is quite an achievement. You've planned the meetings, delivered them, organised them, and you've committed the time, both alongside having very busy jobs. So, hundreds of children will have benefited from your input, and they will never forget you. They've benefited through learning survival skills, like being able to steam a mackerel in newspaper over an open fire. They've learned through helping other people. For example, a Forth Bowden scout would now never throw a rope to a drowning man without a bowline attached to the end of it. Then also there are the more sophisticated skills that we might not recognise, like leadership, teamwork, and communication skills. These have all been delivered through scouting by you and John. The other thing I'll remember you for, John and Derek, is your ability to move with the times. Obviously the political landscape has changed in the last 35 years and the scouting movement has had to change with it. And so we saw bringing in Girl Scouts into Forth Bowden at the earliest opportunity, and we had to make the necessary changes, bringing in lady leaders to allow for that, and also reorganising the way we worked at camp sometimes as well. And you embraced that. The other thing that changed was you decided to run a parallel Duke of Edinburgh's award programme with Margaret, alongside the Higher Chief and Queen Scout Award. And this was in recognition of the usefulness of Duke of Edinburgh's award and its desirability. And this is extra time that you gave without any charge. The other thing that I remember you for, Derek and John, is management of difficult people. Difficult leaders sometimes, but also difficult young people. And I've seen you give a masterclass in such management, careful, considered, non-judgmental, and non-aggressive approach to the management. And I don't think any child was ever actually thrown out of Scouts, though some perhaps left of their own accord. Another thing I remember you for very firmly is zero tolerance towards bullying. We accepted any child, race, colour, creed, sex, disability, with open arms into the scouting movement in parallel with Baden-Powell's original philosophy. And I think that was something we did really well. So I wish you both well, and I think the Bowden community owes you a huge sense of gratitude, and you'll not be forgotten by all of whose lives you've influenced. So I'll sign off in the usual way. Night, lads.